Elections consist of mainly on the field accomplishments. Guys, calm down.
Glad to have you all here. I think it speaks volumes of what you want to accomplish and what you want to try to do by coming here to try to improve yourself as an athlete. But bigger than that, a lot of things that you learn playing sports, especially team sports, are things that can help you be successful in your life. So there are three things that we're going to ask you to do today that take no ability. First of all, you can give effort. That means you're straining to give your best effort in everything that you try to do, and a part of that is to be able to finish. The second thing we want to, that takes no ability to give effort, to make a choice and decision to try hard to give your best effort. The second thing is we want you to have not physical toughness, because that's not about this camp, the mental toughness to be able to stay focused and sustain what you need to do regardless of the circumstance. So some people are going to be outside, it's going to be hot. Some people are going to get in here, we're going to do drills and you're going to get tired. So can you maintain your focus and continue to do things at a high level, even though the circumstances may not dictate that being something that's easy to do? So it might be hard, but you have to have the mental toughness to sustain it and finish it and do things the way we're asking you to do them that's going to benefit you the most. And then the third thing is everybody here can be accountable and responsible to do your job. In other words, you're going to get direction on how to do something. Can you stay focused on doing things the way you're being asked to do them? Because when you play a team sport, you're going to have a job that you need to be accountable for. First of all, for yourself, so that you have a chance to be successful. But secondly, you have a responsibility and obligation to do your job for your teammates, the other people on your team. And if your team's going to be successful, everybody has to realize the importance of being responsible to do your job. So you got to understand what to do, how to do it, and why it's important to do it that way. So those three things take no ability. There is a prerequisite to being able to do all those things. You got to be in physical condition. So you got to work hard to get in condition so that you can do those things. So when are you going to loaf? When you get tired. So you got to be in condition. When are you not going to be able to stay focused and have the mental toughness to be able to sustain? When you get tired. When are you going to make mental errors? In terms of you know what to do, you know how to do it, you know why it's important to do it that way, but all of a sudden you get tired, you can't stay focused, and you make mental errors. So conditioning is important, which is hard. It's not easy. It's not easy to push yourself to get the kind of condition to be able to sustain your performance. So here's something that I always talk to our players about, which I think you should understand even though you're young and you may not have all these decisions to get that you made for yourself. But first of all, the first thing I ask our players when they come here is, why did you come to Alabama? What do you want to accomplish and what do you want to do while you're here? And a player tells me. So he tells me he wants to graduate from school and he wants to play in the NFL someday. All right, so your goals and aspirations may be different, but it's important for you to have goals and aspirations because that's what gives you a sense of purpose. That's what makes you be persistent, to be able to stick with something when it gets difficult so you can get in the kind of condition to do the things that you want to do. So you have a goal. This is in school. What kind of student do you want to be? It's as a person. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of athlete do you want to be? The second part of the question that I ask a player is, when you tell me what you want to do, I want to know, do you know what that entails? So you say you want to graduate from college, you want to be play in the NFL someday, do you know what that entails? It's like you make a decision. You want to make really good grades in school? You want to be a good person? Be a leader in your class? And you want to be the best athlete on your team so you can go to college someday, maybe get a scholarship or whatever? So do you know what that entails? Because there's a process of things that you have to do, which is a definition of what you have to do to accomplish the goals that you have. And then the third thing I'm going to ask a player is, are you satisfied with where you are in doing that? Player says no. I say, why? Because you haven't developed the right habits to do. So you have an ability to self-assess. How well are you doing things? Not relative to the next guy, but how well are you doing it relative to your ability to do it? If you say yes, you are satisfied. Why? Because you are doing the things that you need to do to create the habits. Now there's one prerequisite for all this, and that's discipline. Discipline to execute every day. So you guys probably say discipline is doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done, do the right thing, the right way, the right time, all the time. Those are great definitions of discipline. But I'm talking about self-discipline. And you make hundreds of decisions every day that come down to two questions. Here's something I know I'm supposed to do that I really don't want to do. Can you make yourself do it? I don't care if it's your mom telling you to make your bed, clean up your room, whatever. I know I'm supposed to do it. I don't feel like doing it. Can you make yourself do it? I don't feel like studying. You're going to do it or not? Over here, there's something you know you're not supposed to do, but you want to do it. Can you keep yourself from it? Parents tell you you're not supposed to go swim by the waterfall, but all your buddies are doing it. You want to do it, but you know you're not supposed to do it. You're going to do it or not. So if you can make these choices and decisions the right way, and this starts when you get up in the morning. I'm supposed to go to practice today. I'm supposed to go to school at 8 o'clock. I don't feel like getting up. It's raining outside. It's cold. I don't feel like going to school. I don't feel like studying. You're going to do it or not. Because if you're going to be successful at the things you want to accomplish and the things that you want to do, you can't do what you feel like doing all the time. You got to choose to do the things you need to do to accomplish the goals that you have. Same way with football. Some days you don't feel like practicing. Some days you don't feel like doing drills. Don't do what you feel like doing. You choose to do the things you need to do to be successful at whatever it is you choose to do. Because look guys, if you're going to get any positive self-gratification about how you feel about yourself, the kind of confidence that you have in yourself, it's going to be because you make the choices and decisions to do it. And you're going to get positive self-gratification when you have success doing it. It's called pride in performance. You know, we have a fourth quarter program around here. And everybody's going to talk to you about discipline, effort, commitment, toughness. But the thumb means pride. Pride in performance. What does pride in performance mean? I know I did my best to be the best I could be at whatever I choose to do. So I always tell our players every fall camp, I always recite this ad-lib Martin Luther King sermon about being the best that you can be. So first of all, he starts out, he says, there's only one guy in the green stamp store in Montgomery, Alabama that I'll let shine my shoes. Because the pride and performance that that guy has in being the best shoe shine guy he can be. And the smile that he gets on his face when you tell him he did a good job. And then he goes on to say, if you're going to be a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper in the world. Sweep the streets like Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel, like Shakespeare wrote literature. Let him put a sign up that says the best street sweeper in the world lives right here. And if you do that, you accomplish the best there is in life. Knowing you did your best to be the best you could be, no matter what you choose to do. Those are all choices that you make. Choices. So So you want to feel good about yourself. You want to have positive self-gratification about who you are, not about what somebody else does, but what you do, and how you go about your work, how you invest your time. You reap what you sow. What kind of perseverance do you have to stick with things when things get difficult? That goes back to mental toughness. But pride in performance is the thing that'll make you gain the most confidence and make you feel the best about what you do. That's our goal for what we want to do with our players, because that's the only way you can ever reach your full potential. Is have the character and the discipline to make choices and decisions that will help you be the best that you can be. So that's the way we're going to coach you today. Our coaches are going to work with you. They have an expectation that you're going to do the intangible things, effort, mental toughness, know what to do, pay attention, so that you know what to do. Attention to detail is important to being successful at anything that you do. So that's where we're heading today. I'm really excited about you guys being here, but you need to be excited about what you can do to improve. And we don't need anybody here giving us an excuse for why you did what you did. We want you to listen and learn. God gave you 2 ears, 1 mouth. That means you listen twice as much as you talk. And you learn. And when you learn, you improve and you get better. And that's the whole goal for what we want you to do here today. All right, so we'll be here all day with you guys today. We appreciate you coming here. God bless you and roll tide. Thank you.
Have a seat, guys. Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Camp coaches, I need all my coaches at your positions. Parents, I need you to back up.